All right, 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 all right. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another exciting head scratching episode of Live Insane Disappearances. Yeah, this is great. I finally got this thing working where I can do it live from my chair, from right here on my chair where I do my videos, where I record things. So now, earlier today, I posted another video, which was part two of a message from the speaker and the light. And thusly, so far, a lot of people liked it. And I just actually started getting comments from people, so as we said before, if anybody out there, any of my fans has any questions for the speaker and the light, please, please, please come through and do so. All right. I'm gonna get myself set up to the first live chat where I can actually answer your questions right here from my computer. And we can get started. So, like I said, whenever you guys are ready, I'm here. Ooh. Say something. Okay. All right. Oh, there we go. I just saw a flicker. I saw one, but it went back to a zero. Anyway, guys, like I said, I'm here. If y'all got any questions for the speaker and the light, please come on through and we will get things started with some questions and they will answer. So I'm ready when you guys are. I'll be here waiting for as long as it takes. Now, I hope everybody saw the video I posted so far. 3 people have seen it. So, I'm fairly new to all this as far as making sure that everybody gets to know exactly what's going on before I go live. So that's why I posted the video. I was trying to wait for someone to come through. And I guess I was a little impatient because I was so excited now that I know I can do it from my laptop. So I see I got a viewer. Number one, if you're ready to talk to the speaker and the light, they're getting ready themselves, you know, um, to chat with you guys. So they'll be coming through uh, in a few seconds. So whoever the first person is, you can go ahead on and send me a little chat there, and I'll get my answers to them, and they'll come through, and we can get started. With the questions. So if you have one, you can go ahead on and type it in. I'll see it. I might be doing a lot more of these, my friends. A lot more. This is pretty cool. I didn't think I could, but I found out that I have to have Google Chrome in order to do a live chat because it actually links up with the process of using a webcam. So that's pretty cool. So so don't be shy, first viewer. I'm right here. Just all you gotta do is type in what you need, what you want to find out about. They're right here. He's saying right now, let's roll. So he's ready. So anybody wants to say anything, just feel free to come through, with a question. But one question to the first viewer: can you hear me very well? Am I coming in clear, or can you hear me at all? Just to be sure. Okay, here we go. Hey, hello. I got two viewers. Okay, let me see. We got No Phase Gaming. What's up, bro? Hey, what's going on, my friend? Send you a little note here. All right, we got our first viewer that came through. His name is No Phase Gaming. So they're ready and waiting for you. If you got a question for them, they'll be willing to answer. They're right here with me. I want to make sure they come in loud and clear. Okay. Yes, I am. He's asking me, am I from America? Where? Getting excited here. Typing fast. Are you from? It's pretty cool. Oh man. And like I said, the only reason why I was able to do this is because I had to be on Google Chrome. And that's a better link for all of this. That's why I wasn't doing it before. Oh, he's from Germany, bro. Oh, okay, cool. See, I don't know any German, so I can't say anything. How do you say hello in German? Hello? Can you hear me? Hello? Can you hear me? How do you say hello in German? Hold on. I know my friend Jacqueline, she could tell me. Hold on. Do you say
Can you hear me now?
yes?
Yes. I figured your headphones were being weird again. Yes, I figured it out. Okay.
Cool.
I figured you would eventually figure out we couldn't hear you.
Oh, okay. Never mind. He's telling me I keep forgetting I'm live so he can hear everything I'm saying. I am tripping today. I'm still trying to get used to this. I'm sorry.
I was trying to say that. I was like, dude, you're live. He can hear you.
Oh my gosh.
Of course, my mic was messed up.
Oh, I'm still trying to get used to this because I've always been doing this on my phone, so I'm gonna be acting like a fool tonight.
Technical difficulties.
Yeah. So sorry about that. Oh man, this is crazy.
So, No Face Gamer, can you hear me pretty well through this?
You see, I thought, like, why is he writing in chat? Okay, yeah. Like I said, man, I am just too new to this, man. This is the first time I've actually been able to do it on my laptop, so I'm a little dumb right now. So I'm gonna get used to it. I promise. I promise. Okay.
Somebody is breathing into the microphone here.
Oh, that's not me.
Maybe me. I'm sorry.
That's okay. That's okay. What is the topic today? Well, the topic is basically questions for the light and the speaker, or the speaker and the light. That's how the title is. So, like I said, if you guys out there got any questions, especially you, No Phase Gaming, feel free to come on through, and they'll see it, they'll hear it, and they'll get it right back to you because we're live. So, Whenever you're ready.
Well, I won't exactly see it.
Well, I'll be telling you so.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Good.
Yeah,
Good.
well, I
Guten
can
Tag.
see it too. So.
Okay. Cool.
Oh, okay. All right.
Good. All right. But yeah, that's the topic. Basically, questions for the speaker and the light. So you're the first one to come through, so you'll be the first one to get the answer for whatever question you have. Okay, who is the speaker and the light? I'm new here. Okay, the speaker and the light. If you've seen the other videos, they are basically revealing themselves to everyone, and but first telling the story of, that you need to know about who they are, how everything began. So basically, this is a chance for everyone to find out even more. I know we talked about a lot with the recordings that I've posted on my channel about what they've been saying. So this is a chance for everyone to get even more information about everything that he's talked about, which is basically a message for everyone that needs to hear this. Which is basically the truth about everything. If you have any questions about the what the Bible really means, or what the real story is, or anything you have any questions about, you got any questions about space or the truth about it, what's really out there, if you got any questions about the balance, which is what we did talk about, what it all means, like, why is it that we have to have darkness with the light? I know a lot of people have had that question because I've talked to a lot of people myself. So let me see. We are talking about everything. So we have Google in person here. Well,
we're going to be talking about things that's not on Google.
Right. Basically, anything that you gonna want to know, you ain't gonna find it on there. Because this is the truth. The truth ain't on Google. That's just the honest truth. That's all mainly false information.
Well,
most of it
is not necessarily.
Okay.
What we're talking about, what truth we're trying to get out, is setting the story straight about how most religions and most ancient cultures have gotten the story kind of wrong.
Right.
Okay, I take it that he's completely new and probably hasn't seen the other videos.
Right.
If he could confirm that, whether he has or hasn't, that would be awesome. But
yeah.
If you haven't, there is a video on Insane Disappearances. There's 2 videos on the Insane Disappearances channel. A Message from the Speaker in the Light is the first one. And then this morning, earlier today, we recorded a follow-up. And that is a more actual interview where he actually asked us questions and we answered as best we could.
Right. Okay. So is that okay. Yeah, he definitely don't know where he at.
Okay. Well, I can give him a small rundown if you'd like to listen. And that way maybe more people will come in while we're talking about that.
Okay, so this is the message for Dickie Mo. This is the channel. If you've seen Insane Disappearances, you'll know exactly where we're going with this. So if you need any questions to be answered as far as the topics that I talk about on my channel, feel free to ask them. But tonight, what we're talking about is the speaker and the light that have information for everyone. So if you're not here for that, this is what the channel is about. So, I'm trying to be respectful. So the comments that you're making has nothing to do with the topic. And so if you would kindly just tone it down and we'll get started with the questions that need to be asked for the topic tonight. So now getting back to you, No Phase Gaming. And first of all, I want to say hello to Greg K. Welcome to my channel. So if you're here for that as well, you want to get started with the questions, anyone that's not here for that, just kindly leave, and we'll still be friends or whatever the case may be. You can watch my channel and see what's going on. That way we can come back to this and we'll be all up to par with everything. So to you, Greg K, that's what the topic is about. A message from the speaker and the light. And if you have any questions, if you've seen the other videos that I posted about that, which was today and a couple of nights ago, if you have any questions for me in that area, hold on. Do you guys believe in a life after death? I think that every human comes to Earth once again after death as an other person. What do you think?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. There is reincarnation. That is a fact.
Yes. And there's also incarnation as well.
See, what incarnation is where you are a spirit that comes into a body or a vessel here on Earth. And this is not necessarily as a human. It's all types of animals are the same way. But speaking in human terms, yes, you are correct. If you're a first time incarnation, I'm not saying that's not possible, but that's rare because there's so many that have been here in many lives, so many times up to this point. So yes, to answer your question and what you were wondering about, yes, reincarnation is a thing.
Okay, so we got the first question answered. Anyone else have any questions? What about you, Greg K? I see you just came through since you wanted to know what was going on here. Like I said before, okay, what we got here? Let me see. So you think that every human comes back as human or as an animal too?
It's kind of like a graduation system in a way, but you cannot be something you were never created to be. So
can you actually make that choice?
Yes.
Okay.
For the most part. Now, there are some exceptions to that. If it has to do with a lesson you need to learn.
Okay.
Yeah. There's a specific lesson that you need to learn. You will be incarnated into a life, whatever it may be, that will give you that lesson during your lifetime.
Okay. All right. So that answers those questions. All right. That was a good question, my friend. Let me see.
And by the way, humans are more complicated in that respect because we have multiple lessons that we can learn in one lifetime.
Okay. All right. Here's another one. He says, have you ever thought about suicide when you had a hard time in your life?
Me personally, no, but I have had moments of thinking I don't want to be here anymore. Not necessarily that I wanted to hurt myself, but in the aspect that everything was so hard and I didn't understand why I had to go through it. But me personally, no, I've never thought about actually harming myself.
Okay.
Me, yes, there was a particular point in my life that my thoughts were going that dark. And luckily, I found the inner strength and, yes, through prayer, to come back out of that.
Yeah, and since we're doing this, I'm going to admit to having the same thing happen to me. Growing up the way I was, I've always felt different. I've always felt like I didn't belong here, that I was from somewhere else. And it got to a point where I wouldn't say I shut myself off from my friends. It's just that I knew that they didn't understand what I was all about. And it got to the point where I said the same thing. But I had the love of my family and also prayer, to bring me out of that. And it made me a better person. But it also opened me up to other things, which is the reason why I've always been a truth seeker and a knowledge seeker. Because it kind of woke me up in certain areas where I was seeing things differently for the first time as a child. Didn't understand it, but I knew something was up, and it kind of just woke me up. Having being in that position and just coming out of it, like it's just something pulled me out, and I felt that. So I've been there too. But I'm like I said, I'm a better person now. Oh, we got a special guest.
Hello.
Michael Bird, my friend. Welcome. Hello, my friend, and everyone else. I hope everyone's having a good night. Yes, we are, my friend. I am so glad you have come through. I am so glad. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I am so glad to see you. So, what is going on? You have any questions for our friends here? Oh, wait, did you ever thought about how the life of the other people around you would be if you wouldn't be there? Like, how would my parents live? My friends when I would die at the moment?
Yes, actually, I think that's what kept me from harming myself, because I didn't want to put my family through that kind of pain. Because you do have to understand, the choices you make they don't just affect you, they affect other people as well, because everything is connected.
Yes.
And every choice you make is going to have an impact, whether it's good or bad, on someone else.
For me, yeah, it was pretty much the same thing. I never told anybody. As a matter of fact, I didn't say anything to very many people until now that I even had those thoughts at one time. But I did kind of put myself in that place. What would it be like if I was gone? And as she just said, I couldn't bear to be on the other side to see what kind of pain I would put my family and friends through. So that led me to the prayer that eventually brought me back out of it.
Okay, we got another question from No Phase. He says, do you think that you are mentally or brainly older than your real age?
I think everyone is pretty much older than they realize, because you are the being within you. This physical body is just your earthly vessel. The being within you is what keeps that going. So pretty much everyone is older than they realize.
And also, that being within you has a wealth of knowledge from all the previous lives you may have lived before this one. And if you concentrate enough, or
Jason Adams, welcome,
are open enough, you can indeed tap into some of that knowledge in moments that you need it. Your being will never steer you in the wrong path. It's there to be your guide. You're like your own personal guide, is what your being is for.
Right. Okay. So does that answer your question, No Face? First of all, I just want to apologize to everyone. Right now, I'm speaking to them through my phone, and I have family members that are linked that I'm linked with, you know, in a group, and they're texting each other back and forth. So if their voice kind of mutes a little bit because of that ding that you hear in the microphone, I truly apologize. So let me say, oh no, you're not late.
For any reason,
I'm sorry, what?
and if for any reason that our voices like fade out, please let us know, and we'll repeat what we were saying.
Okay. But yeah, you're not late, Wing Aeon. You know, we're just really getting started, so don't worry about it. Either way, you didn't miss anything, you know. But like I said, you can just ask if you got any questions, and that's what it's all about. Anyone that comes through, either late or early, if you got any questions, feel free to ask them because they're here to answer it. But the No Face got another question. Do you believe the story that when you die, you dream your whole life in seconds?
It's not really a dream. When you die, you're taken to kind of an in-between places between this life and the next life. What's beyond that in-between place, I don't know. He says we don't need to know that, but basically it is like a reflection of your being, your soul. If you're of the light, you're going to see a place that's light and pleasant. If you're darkness, you're not going to see something you really want to see. That's why a lot of people who have had near-death experiences come back changed, because they basically saw a reflection of their inner self.
Okay. Well, first of all, I just want to say hello to Mrs. I think it's Noital. So sorry if I mispronounced that, but welcome to my channel, and I'm glad that you love my videos and my content. So if you got any questions for the speaker in the light, feel free to come through with a question. And Michael Bird has a question too, or a comment actually. He said, time does not exist as we understand it in the next level of existence.
No, it does not. Time does exist, but not in a way that we think of time.
Right.
Time is constantly moving forward. You're in constant motion even when you're sitting still. It's not about like the way we think of it.
And it's measured in moments and cycles.
Hey, Fabrizio. How you doing? What's up to you too? And we got a live show going here. And if you've seen the video from earlier, just to recap, where I'm talking to the speaker in the light, you know, they're right here with me on the phone, and they're answering any questions that you may have, whether it be an earthly question or an higher consciousness type question. Anything you need to find out about that you've been thinking for years but couldn't get the answer for, that's where you're going to find out. Okay, let's see. Can I ask you a very personal question? It depends on what you mean by personal. Can you elaborate for me? Thank you, Insane Disappearances, for all you do when possible. I'd like to know what their thoughts on angels. Well, you can know right now. What are your thoughts on angels?
Okay. Angels are what has been explained as what guardians actually were.
Yeah, and if you look it up, the term angel actually means messenger.
And that is because guardians were mediators for Father, our Creator. He could speak directly to them, but he couldn't quite speak to humans. So guardians, when they were here on Earth doing their duties, one of them was being a mediator and spreading messages from Father to the humans.
Okay. All right. Okay. I hope that answers your question. Now, this one is from, I got two coming in from Fabrizio de Santos and Alien Goth. And I remember you from last time when we were live. So welcome back. First I'm going to get to Fabrizio. What do you think you need in life?
That is an actual individual personal question, and let me explain. Each person obviously is an individual, and they have their own personal lessons that they go through life to learn. And everything in your life, no matter how difficult or how easy it may seem, it is all for a reason. It is, each path is chosen for you. Due to whatever lessons your being may need to learn. So, the meaning of life is to live and learn lessons. For growth.
Okay. All right. I hope that answers the question, my friend. Now for Alien God, I'm gonna get to her since she's the next. She was the next one. She asked, what has caused you to speak freely to the masses?
I think the easiest, that's the easiest way. It was just time. We were told what we needed to do, and we did it.
Yep. And it was the same with me as well. Before all of this came about, as far as talking to them and interviewing them for my channel, I was receiving this feeling. It was very, very powerful. It was like getting hit by a life-size fist, because it pretty much affected my entire body and it kept pulsating through me. And I knew something was about to happen. It was going to be a big something. I just didn't know what. And so I got on the phone with my friend and I told her that something is going to happen. And I was very serious about it. It was emotional. It was powerful. It was incredible. And then here we are talking about this. So I was a part of that too. I was called by the Creator to be the mediator for my friends here. So I hope that answers your question as well. Now, I hate to do this, but I'm going to skip the next question from the same guy, Fabricio. The question he was asking wasn't of that type of question, so his answer was a little like he's selling cabbage, basically. So we're going to skip that and go on to No Phase Gaming. Respectfully, of course. Why do we know that that, for example, a house looks like a house? Why do we call a cube with windows and a door a house? And why don't we think that an old shed is a house? Is a house? How would you explain this thing? Hello, public enemy. I'm sorry, enemy. Welcome.
I think that really has to do with the way we're taught. We very much like to label things in a way that we can understand it. That's going to have to get into a whole big subject of that whole programming thing.
Yeah. That's a pretty big whammy right there with the programming. It's it's a very powerful tool. It affects everyone on this planet if you don't know what it is, basically. And see, this kind of goes back to the whole theory about the Matrix thing. It's kind of like that, but not in that aspect. It's just a movie version of what the truth is about this program, and it pretty much does the same thing. That's the reason why people think they're living in the Matrix, but it's not that. It's just a programming that the ones in power put together for everyone to be affected by it. They're actually born right into it. So they don't realize it until they wake up one day and realize that they're being controlled with a program. And it affects your ego and it causes you to do and say things that you shouldn't be saying. So, but once again, welcome to Public Enemy. I'm saying hi back to you as well. Now, Winged Aeon, she says, Do you think angels can incarnate into human bodies? Sorry for the repeat angel questions. My last one, I don't mean to take over. Oh no, you're fine. You're fine.
That one has an interesting answer.
Hope you're ready for it. That's the whole point. If you're ready for it.
Would you like to take that one?
I was already trying to answer it, and I forgot I had it muted for a second. I'm sorry. Bear with me here. To answer that question, truthfully and honestly, you're talking to one. I was a guardian long ago. And the reason why I incarnated as a human, and if you feel like it after this, you can go back and watch Insane Disappearances video, a message from the speaker in the light. It'll go into more detail. But I'll give you the rundown, a quick rundown right now. As a guardian, my brother, her mate, asked me to guard her here on Earth because he created darkness and he knew what it would do, and he knew that darkness was here on Earth. And he wanted me to protect her and guide her through the dangers of that darkness. And I promised him that I would. And I have done so ever since my first incarnation here up to this point today, lifetime after lifetime. And once the balance returns, I have a choice to either stay a human or go back to being a guardian. And of course, I can't say for sure which one I'm going to do because my being already knows what it wants to do. But I'm kind of split. I mean, I like experiencing things as a human because that's all I've known my whole life. You know, I don't remember past lives for the most part, but I imagine that my being would pretty much like to be a guardian again and be able to help in that way once more. Because I can tell you, as a human in this life, seeing all the pain and sorrow and crap people go through all over this world, there have been many times that I wish that I could help, but didn't have the abilities to do so. So I imagine once I have that chance to have those abilities to do so again, I'll more than likely take it. I hope that answers your question.
I hope so too. All right, now moving on to our friend Michael Bird. He would like to know if these two individuals had been brought before the Council of the Keepers or the Council of the Involved, as in being in rough translation.
That's the first time I've heard of that, so I don't know.
Well, in waking times, we have had 2 hours of missing time, but
yes, there was that.
We don't know what happened during that time.
No, it's complete blank. So that may be an event that you're referring to where we did indeed do that. We just, in our waking minds, don't remember.
Interestingly, we were driving down the road when that happened.
Wow.
Still don't know how we didn't wreck the car.
Yeah, and we were driving down a road that only takes 15 minutes to travel, but we had 2 hours of missing time. So, yeah, we were pretty stumped, and we still are, because we still have no idea what happened.
It's possible.
And there may come a time when we do remember what happened, but it will only be when we're supposed to.
That's what I was ready to say. I was just going to say that. All right. Well, thank you for the question, Michael Bird. That was a very good one. Never heard that one before either. Okay, now moving on to Public Enemy. Oops, wait, let me see. Why didn't you like my question? PS tomatoes also available at a bargain price. Well, see, Public Enemy, we're talking about speaking to the speaker and the light here. That's what the topic of the channel is. So that's mainly what the questions are all about. And I'm not saying I don't like tomatoes or cabbage. I love tomatoes and cabbage, but that's not the topic of the channel, and that's not the question that should be asked. I respectfully say that like I said, I'm pretty good on the vegetable part, so no, thank you on that. But if you have any questions pertaining,
if it makes him feel better, I would like to say that I enjoy eating tomatoes and cabbage.
Yes, me too. I love it.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, my mother makes
I would like to include everybody. I don't want to,
Yeah, my mother made some mean cabbage, so I love cabbage and I love tomatoes too, especially when I put them on sandwiches. So yes, we do love those. But we're trying to keep the questions, where they're supposed to be. So, but thank you anyway. Just let you know that we do love those. So there's no contentious moments with that. So not that I didn't like it, but that's not the topic of the channel right now. Okay, now for Alien Goth, could Rogue Angels be involved in the disappearance phenomena? And first, I just want to say to her, just before you answer that question, any question that you ask, it doesn't matter if it's the same topic. If it's something that you need to know, and if that's one of the main things that you love talking about, then that's what we're here for. So it doesn't matter. You're not taking over. So I just want to make that clear. No, I'm sorry for interrupting. Please continue.
Mm-hmm.
Did you hear the question?
Rogue
Angels.
Just want to know if Rogue Angels could be part of the disappearing people.
Yeah. Yes.
So who is this Rogue Angels?
Yeah.
Okay.
Familiar with this?
I think that another term they would use would be fallen angels.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
No, actually, that has a very interesting answer. There are things on this physical plane that are not human. So that is the answer to that.
Okay. All right. Okay, now so we can keep it going because the questions are coming in like fireflies. Next question is from Public Enemy. Is the Earth flat? Which is a very good question, but that's a very deep one. Hope you're ready for the answer.
Yes, I have actually asked him this question before. And he said flat is closer to the truth because we live on a plane. But they're stacked on top of each other in layers. And they are on different frequency vibrations. So, yeah.
Yeah. So basically, the physical manifestation of the Earth being round with blue skies and all that stuff, that's what we see from here. But if you're looking at it on a higher consciousness, that's basically what they're talking about. It's the same yet different because it's basically what she just said. It's like plane, so it's layered. But if you're looking at it in a much more, don't look at it in a physical way. That's the way of looking at it, the way of actually putting this. Don't look at it in a physical way, like seeing layers of the Earth in flat layers. It's not what they mean. It's not in a physical way, like saying you actually can see a picture of it. If you draw it from what we're saying, then that's one way. But physically, if you go outside of the atmosphere, and you will see what we're talking about. I'm pretty sure it looks completely different from what they're talking about, but this is on a level that is not physical. So just so you understand that.
Yeah, well, we've never actually been outside of Earth's atmosphere.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's a real good one right there. Oh yeah. None of us have.
Our atmosphere is a lot larger than we've been taught.
Specifically, let's just say the sun sets and rises within the atmosphere along with the moon being within it as well. There was a video that hit the YouTube waves no more than a couple of days ago, which she did send me, and it's talking about this same exact thing. So anybody that wants to see it, I will put a link in the description box below so that you can check it out. It's very amazing. I'm going to continue to watch it because I haven't had the chance because I've been so busy with my channel and working and everything. So I want to finish watching it myself. But that's basically what they're talking about, the same exact thing. Now, I've spoken about other things dealing with the atmosphere as well. And a video came up about the government trying to take credit for what I was talking about. Now, that's a topic of another story. I'll probably get into it, on one of my videos. We could probably talk about it tonight. It's pretty much talking about almost the same thing, but that's like another topic altogether. But hope that does answer your question, and it's definitely a lot more to it than you realize. So if you want to know more about it, we can definitely answer your question. All right, now moving on to No Phase, my friend. He says, do you think that God plans someone's life from the beginning when you are born, or does everything happen random?
It's really your choice. It's meant to help you to grow, basically.
But that is not to say that Father is not in touch with all things, because he very well is. He knows all. He knows everything about each individual life on earth. Everything. He knows everything upside down and back again. So, if you were to call out to him for guidance, he can steer you in the right path. He can help you.
Okay. All right. I want to keep it going, and I hope that does answer your question, my friend. Like I said, we got a lot of questions coming in. They come, like I said, they coming in like fireflies. I want to make sure I get to everybody. Okay. Now this is him again. Another question. Why did people come to the idea to pray to God? How did they come to the idea that there is God who watches us from above?
Okay.
Yeah.
That's reminiscent of a time when the Guardians were here.
Yeah.
See, the humans that were here in that time, they remembered that, and they passed it down from generation to generation. Now, as generations passed, things, suffice it to say, become muddled, as well as darkness had its influence. And the truth slowly changed into similar, but not exact. It is not to mean that if you are a Christian and you pray to God, that you're not being heard. Because Father knows what you mean by that.
Okay. All right. Hope that answers your question, No Phase. That was a very good one. All right. Moving on to...
No Faces has some really good questions tonight.
Oh, yeah. I'm glad they're coming in like that. That lets me know that people are thinking and they're hearing all of the things that we've been saying. All right. Next question is from the Wing Aeon. She's basically saying, thank you for being honest. Thank you for your honest answer. I'm sorry. It means a lot to me. Hey, no problem. Like I said, I'm always going to be honest. Yeah, and you're very welcome as well. Yeah, I'm always going to be honest. And like I said, you have any questions at all, whether it's all about angels, it doesn't matter. I still have a couple of questions myself. They've all been answered, but still, if you have the answers and if it's just about that, it doesn't matter. There's a lot to be answered about angels, as you can see. Every question you ask has been answered. And if you got any more, it will be answered as well. I may be able to answer some myself. You never know. I've had some experiences, and they're very powerful ones. Okay, especially with my guardian angel, who I do know and have seen and I do talk to on a regular basis, just like I talk to my friends and my family. But anyway, moving on. Okay, this is from our buddy Michael Bird. How lovely to meet another one from the family. Oh, okay. All right. And he sends another one with the little smiley faces, you know. All right. Now this one is from Mrs. Noital. I still hope I'm saying that right. I apologize if I'm not. I'm kind of bad at that. But she says, my mother passed away. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Unexpected in 2013. I have been trying to connect with her or get signs from her. How can I better my chances to connect with her? What can I do?
And basically, you can just talk to her. Just speak to her. She can hear you. She's watching you. She knows what's going on.
Oh yeah, they all do.
And sometimes it's easier for them to communicate when we're sleeping through dreams because you don't have all that clutter blocking them.
Right. That is very true. Very true. I've had my moments as well with my grandmother when she passed. She actually came to me in her true form, her inner being. And it was the most brilliant light I have ever seen in my life. It was beautiful. She was beautiful. And I was sitting here the day when she passed, and I was on my computer, putting together photos for a tribute I was making for on my phone, with the iPhone movie maker, called iMovies. So all of a sudden, I had the photos up, and this light just came in onto the screen right in front of a photo of her from her 93rd birthday party. And I could see the head, the neck, and the shoulders. It was like from here to here. It was like her left side. And that's how she contacted me. And that's how she was saying goodbye, because she knew that's the kind of things I was into, and she knew I would understand. And by her basically becoming her true self, she knew everything anyway. She knew that because she knew me, and she knew I could handle it. And that's what I saw. And then after that, she actually stood there until I was to take a picture of it, because she knew that for me to tell the family that what I saw, I needed proof. And my nana loved me enough to do stuff like that. She was always, I was her favorite. She told me that millions of times. So she stood there and waited for me to take the photo. As soon as I snapped the photo, she vanished. And just went on to do whatever. Finding out that she's actually, she actually prepares children on their way, to wherever they're going to go, to heaven or whatever, So I was very happy about that. But anyway, once again, I hope that answers your question. Let me see. Make sure I don't miss anybody. Let me see. Okay. This one is from No Phase. If somebody takes someone else's life, does he lose his right to live to or not or no? Rather.
It really depends on the reason for it. And you don't really lose your right to live. But there are repercussions for that. If you accidentally killed someone, or you were doing it to protect someone else, that's different than if you're just out there doing it to be doing it just because you enjoy it. So it really depends on the motives or exactly how it happened.
Okay. All right. Okay. Let me make sure here, because I was looking for. I saw one of the questions. I was trying to figure out where it was coming from. But moving on to the next one. This is it was actually just a comment from Winged Aeon saying y'all can keep the tomatoes though. It's a little joke. Okay. Yeah, I know some people can't eat tomatoes, so I know that for a fact. Now this one is from Mrs. Noitel. She was saying connect. Let me see. I think she elaborated down at the bottom. Oh, she's saying not at all. Wait, connect and not at all. Well, what did you mean by connect, Noitel?
Oh, I think she's talking about with her mom. She's trying to connect with her mom.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. She, yeah. There was a typo in there. She, somehow I think the E got, wasn't in there. That's what it was. I apologize. Okay, I understand. All right, now the next one is from Winged Aeon again. She says, I once saw a blue sphere enter my home from outside. I saw it with my eyes. Are blue spheres aliens or something else? I felt no fear.
Well, there are energy beings that float through our plane every once in a while. Most people see these as orbs, but they're just basically energy beings.
With an intelligence?
Well,
basically?
Yeah, or consciousness or awareness.
Right.
Most of the time, they don't pay any attention to us. They're just passing through.
Yeah. And I've seen a lot of those myself. You know, they move along slowly and they just have, because see, here's the thing that messes with people's heads. When you see all these like ghost hunting shows, like Ghost Hunters, which I did love because some of the episodes were actually real. I could tell because that's just how I do. Now there are some that have an idea what orbs are, and they tell you on the show, saying it's like they'll debunk it every time they see something. Say, "Oh, this is just a piece of dildo. That's a bug." Now, for you to know what energy within intelligence is those orbs. So if you see those orbs that have like a slow elliptical pattern where they kind of curve up, and it look like it knows where it wants to go, dust just kind of just floats around in, you know, these like crazy patterns. They don't really have no direction. They just be all over the place. But if it looks like it's traveling in a direction that it wants to go in, even if you see it curve in and it just kind of goes up and then vanishes or whatever, but it has all these elliptical patterns it makes, but it's an intelligent pattern. It's like it's knowing where it's going. It wants to swirl. It wants to loop, or it wants to curve around and then disappear and then come back. You know, so that's what we would say when we're talking about energy with an intelligence, or like she said, a consciousness. You know, it actually can think like us. It just on a level that we don't understand because we think with our brain, but if we connect with our inner being, we can think with much more than that. And we can use 100% of our brain, just in case you want to know, not just 30%. See, the programming tells you that. Just want to put that out there. But anyway, I want to move on here. Hope that does answer your question. And not at all to me from what I said earlier. So I appreciate that. Okay. Now this is from Greg K. All right. Good morning, people. Well, okay. Good morning to you, my friend. Now, like I said, if you have a question, feel free to ask. You know, once again, we're here talking with the speaker in the light for the ones that just coming in, or if you don't really know what's going on. You know, I talk about people who disappear in national parks, and I also talk about strange things that don't have anything to do with it. But still, I like to kind of elevate my channel a little bit and talk about other stuff other than just people who disappear. So that's what this topic is about. We're talking to the speaker in the light, and if you watch the videos about that, you're up to par. And so here we're answering questions. So if you have anything just to ask, my friend, feel free to jump in. Greg K. Now this one is from Samus Williams. My dad is suffering from COPD, and it's so hard seeing him like that. He is not a faith-based person. What can I do for him? Very good question. Very good question. And I'm sorry to hear that about your father.
You can always speak to Father and share your concern and ask him to help your father here on earth.
Yeah. And I also want to add to that, contrary to people's beliefs, you don't have to be religious, holy, godly. You don't have to be a minister. You don't have to be someone that's on a sabbatical. You don't have to be the Pope. You could be anybody because we were all created. Our energy was created way before religion even began, number one. So that doesn't mean that we have to be within religion to talk to the creator. All you have to do is use your mind's voice. Speak to him through your mind. Mental telepathy is the universal language, my friends. We can do that. Speak with your mind. Some people may think that they're just imagining themselves talking or whatever. You know, I may have done that.
You can actually speak out loud too.
Oh, okay. You can actually speak out loud too. Either way, he's going to hear you. You know, but I mean, that's what I'm going to do. That's what I do. But I do that as well. But that's another way of doing it. You speak to him through your mind, ask him a question, and he will answer. If you hear a faraway voice in your mind that sounds like someone is answering back, that's who it is. Or it could be your guardian angel. But if you're asking him, that's who is going to be talking to you. And you have to listen to what he says. Because if he knows that you're ready to hear it, he is going to answer you. And that might be the part that startled you the most because you wouldn't be expecting to hear it. But if you hear it and you understood every word that you heard, listen to it. Take it with you and go with it. You know, understand that that's what it was. Don't try to doubt it. That's the first thing that you don't want to do. Don't doubt what you heard. I say this all the time. Your mind does not play tricks on you. If you heard something, you heard it. If you hear a voice in the back of your mind and it's speaking something that you understand, that you were looking for the answer and you received it up here, then that's what you hear. But as he said, you can also speak out loud as well. And however you get the answer is how you're going to get the answer. So if you know that's what you got, believe it, and that answer is for you. Nobody else needs to know. If they don't understand it and you know they won't, it doesn't matter. It's all about what you needed for yourself at that point. So, all right. I hope that did.
Give me a moment.
I'm sorry.
I said, give me a moment. I need to take a quick break.
Okay. All right. But yeah, I'm gonna try and make sure I get everybody caught up. So just be patient. We're gonna be here for a while. You know, if y'all got questions, that's what the live chat is for. It could be 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours. It doesn't matter. That's what we're here for. Answer all your questions, and I will make sure I get to all of them. There's no time limit. So, all right. Let's just do some recaps here. And okay, now Ween Aeon, you're next. Miss Noitel, you're next. My boy, my friend Michael Bird, and Alien Goth, and Michael Bird again. We'll get to yours and get to all y'all in a second. Just want to wait until he gets back. And I'm gonna take a little quick break to see you're the best YouTube I've ever encountered. Oh well, thank you. I appreciate that. I really do. And I will take that with me, and I'm gonna keep coming back with all the great stuff. I promise you. Oh, I did. I'm sorry. I'll get to it. Just recap what the question was, and I'll make sure I answer it. I'll ask it and then they'll answer it. I promise. I'm sorry about that. You know, it's just so many people I got to get to. You know, I may have overlooked it, so I apologize. But yeah, just recap, and I'll make sure I'll be right back.
Okay, sorry about that. What I missed?
Nothing yet. I just kind of put everything on hold so everybody can get caught up. Yeah, I didn't want to miss anybody. Michael Bird said I missed one of his questions, so I wanted him to recap and what he asked, and then I'll make sure that he gets his answers to his question.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I told him I apologize for that.
Okay. Oh.
What?
Okay. I know what question he's talking about.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Yeah. It was a question about a stadium full of people, and if a plane was trying to crash into a stadium full of people for like a terrorist attack or something, would it be okay to shoot the plane down?
Oh, I didn't even see that. Wow. I'm sorry. I apologize. I am so sorry. So, can you answer that question?
Well, to answer that question, from the way I see it, the person aiming the gun that shoots the plane down would be in defense of all those people on the ground. Now, I know that sounds morbid because you also lose the people on the plane, but
well, you might not necessarily lose all the people on the plane. With that, you can survive a plane crash. So you might not necessarily lose everyone on the plane. It really depends on if it is your time or not.
Also keep in mind that everything happens for a reason. So
yeah, even if it don't look like it, everything happens for a reason.
Yes.
No matter how, like I said earlier, no matter how bad or how good it may be, everything happens for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, and you might not necessarily understand that reason there in the moment. It may take you a long time to get to the reason, but there is a reason.
Oh yeah.
Excuse me.
Excuse.
I was coughing there.
It's okay. Yeah, and believe me, I've been there myself, so I know exactly what that is, what that's all about. All right, now we're going to move on to, since we already got to Sinless Adams, and once again to Greg K, I apologize, for that. Okay, so moving on to Wing Aeon. She says, when I was little, I had a dream. An angel helped me. The angel told me I was like them. Oh, really? Okay. And I'd understand when I was older and to follow the synchronicus. I'm sorry, tongue twisted. Synchronicus. I know what she's trying to say. I'm tongue cut. Yeah, synchronicus. See, I can't even say it right now. I'm sorry. Can you say it for me, please? Oh man. Okay. All right. But I know what you're trying to say. I know what you're trying to say. I just skip that word and just keep going. I did, and it led me to where I am now. Oh, okay. We may have a sister up here.
Yes, that sounds very similar to my position as well as the lights. We had a series of events that led us down a journey that led to here.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, remember.
I've had a dream similar to that a long time ago, and I'm just now understanding what that dream meant. So.
This is very, very, very good, my friend. Very good. You are coming to a moment in your life where you're finding out something that you never thought a human could ever do or be. Believe you me, I'm there myself because I have something I need to tell all. The reveal, I don't know when it's going to be. It may be on my next live video, but I have something to tell everyone as well. And I hope that everyone will accept it and understand it, just like how you are saying right now. And I can tell you right now, don't ever doubt what you know to be true. Okay? If that's what you know, that's exactly what it is. Okay? You have a purpose. And you're finding out a lot of things. And you're going to be finding out a lot more. You just may end up finding out everything here. So I'm glad you're here to even clarify the fact, or have clarified, that this is what's happening to you. So you may be coming here a lot. So be prepared. So when you see my live videos, feel free to join in. You can find out more about yourself. And if you have more dreams, feel free to send me a comment, or you can hit me up on my email, which is meckdee@comcast.net. And let me know. I'll set up a meeting or live chat with my friends here, and they can go over some things that you may need to ask about something that you may have experienced again, like another dream. They told you something else. You say, there you have it. See, you're being helped. You're having this dream. You know something that you thought that could never probably happen before you found out. And here you are, like you said today, on my channel. So you're finding out everything you need to know. All right. Now, moving on to Mrs. Noitel. I was fixing a typo. I spelled it wrong. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I saw that. So, it's cool. I go through the same thing when I'm typing all the descriptions on my, on the thumbnails and everything, and typing in the title. I always have to keep going back because I missed something. I'll be like, oh, man. So I understand how that is. All right. This one is from my friend Michael Bird. The last night about 4 a.m. Eastern time. Does anyone understand what happened? I have been trying to get a message all day about it. Do any of you know what happened?
At this point, things are constantly changing, and there is very much a strong energy in the atmosphere. So there's shifts constantly happening.
Oh yeah, I was getting that too. Like sometimes, like I remember one time when we did a live feed, or I know there was one we had a situation like that where something happened and the feed got cut. I had to do it again, and a lot of times when I'm like on the phone, this energy that she speaks of, the frequency, it messes with the phones. Like one time I was calling someone and the phone line connected before I even got to my phone. Now, some people tell me that if you have your phone set up to ring 3 times, it'll connect by itself. I didn't have my phone. I didn't even know that was even possible. So I'm running to my phone. I'm getting ready to call my friend here. Well, she was calling me and I was going to answer the phone because I didn't have the earpieces that can connect from a distance. So I'm running to my phone before I even get halfway there. The phone line connected. Strange, powerful energies that can actually connect the phone line. You're not even around. So yeah, it happens. It definitely happens. There's a lot of things about the energy that we don't really understand. I'm starting to understand a lot more myself and what it can do. So that was a pretty amazing moment I had. Believe me, I talked about it for weeks. All right. Moving on to Alien Goth. Are the Shadows security agencies currently aware and engaging the non-humans operating here on Earth?
There are those who are very much aware of what is going on. I'm trying to think of how to put this. I don't know if they're engaging exactly. There are those who do know about these things, and in a way that kind of has to do with the disappearance as well. They're very much aware of what is going on. They can't really do anything about it.
Yeah, I believe that 100%. Okay. Next one is from my friend Michael Bird. Alien, of course, they know what's going on. They are part of it to a point. So he's just pretty much further answering his question. Okay. All right. Now this one's from Winged Aeon. Are the best. Oh, you are. Oh yeah. You're the best YouTube I've ever encountered. Oh, thank you very much. Once again, thank you very much for that. I appreciate it. Love you so much. I love you so much. I love all y'all, man. For real. You guys have given me more praise than I ever thought I would ever get. When I first started, I didn't really know what to talk about. I'm talking about my very first video was me talking about my ghostly experiences and my alien experiences, just going down the line, in one video, and I was a brand new YouTube. I didn't really know what I was doing. I had my laptop on my coffee table, looking down at it, from high up, and my voice was probably really messed up because I didn't have the proper equipment. I didn't have a microphone, and I was just testing it out. Got a couple of views on that, and I kept doing it. And I got a couple of views on another video. Somebody didn't get none at all, And then when I started thinking, it's mysterious disappearances, and that's when it started to flourish. My very first video, I got my very first YouTube friend, very first viewer. She's my number one. She lives in Australia. That's my buddy. She comes through all the time when we on this side. She said that she wasn't gonna make it because she's been so busy. Plus she's in a different time zone, so it's daylight where she is. So, kudos to her if she comes through. Hopefully, she can catch in. But like I said, I really thank you guys so much for your praise and sticking up for me when I see crazy comments on my channel. Let me know that you're doing real good. Don't worry about these people and all that stuff. So I love you guys so much. I love you because you love my channel. I'm like one of the best. So, that's making me feel real good. My chest ain't popping out, but I'm feeling real good. Seriously. I love you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. All right. Next one is from my boy, No Face. Oh, yeah. Oh, you missed it. Oh, yeah. Okay. This is the part where you said I missed this question. So once again, I apologize for that. I honestly didn't even see it, so. I think that's when I got up, and then that's how I missed it. So once again, I apologize. All right, so moving on to his next question. It was before. Oh yeah, he was just saying it was before the dad question. Okay, all right. I'm just catching up to everything, trying to make sure I don't miss anything. So just bear with me, folks. Okay, you pronounce my name. Know it all. Oh, that's how you say it. Know it all. Wow. Okay. No. I want to clear that up just so you know. Okay. Yeah, I didn't mean to pronounce it like that. That's why I said, I wanted to make sure I wasn't pronouncing it wrong. Because I try my best to do that because I never heard these last names before. Even when I'm talking about people who disappear, I do the same thing. I be trying to pronounce it. So y'all know how I do. So I try, and I try not to mess it up. So, just bear with me. I'm trying to get better. I'm trying to get better. All right. Let's see here. Oh, we got a new one. Rebel. Okay, here we go again. Okay. There's a rebelled REBELLE. So I don't want to say yours wrong either. These are names I had never heard of. So just like I said, just bear with me. Rebel FEEUR. So it's Fleur of. I'm not trying to be funny. I'm really not. Seriously, just trying to pronounce it correctly. That's one of my biggest problems. I try my best. But we'll get to the question. Whatever happened to the Brown Mountain lady you interviewed? Any updates? Oh, she's doing fine. She actually is working for a forestry company, like helping people out with things. We talk every once in a while, but she's been so busy I haven't talked to her. But she's doing fine. An update on the situation with her friends and all that stuff. They stopped talking to her basically after everything that went down because her one friend, Brandon, he has a family, a wife and children. So I understand how he feels when he said that they've been blowing up his phone, harassing him, trying to get him to come in for an interview so they can see what happened at the park, and her being harassed and them trying to say that they need to confiscate her phone because she was recording on private property in a public park. Really? Okay. Makes no sense. She knew that. And she knew her rights, and she never gave it to him. So I commend her for that. But like I said, she's doing fine. And I can tell you right now, for the ones who still may not believe her or may be a little skeptical, everything that happened to her was true. I mean, if you already know about the Brown Mountain light situation with the lights and all that stuff, that whatever she experienced in that same area is true as well. It's just not. A bunch of balls of light shooting around above the mountaintops and all that stuff and through the trees. So, but I can guarantee you everything that she has ever reported or ever talked about is all true. I can guarantee you that. I believe her 100%. And like I said, everybody wanted the answer and they got it when she came back and told everybody everything that happened to her. That's the one thing that no one was ever able to even talk about. But she was the one that was supposed to. That's why. She was the one that was meant to come back with the answer because it was time for you to know. So that's why everyone, you see it, go with it and realize that's what it is. And hopefully it'll open up some blocks in your mind. You'll be able to understand it even better. All right. Now this one is for okay, see, that's why I'm trying to make sure I don't say it right. I hate it when I get these names wrong. Okay, her question is
Okay, before you
yes,
start with that,
yes,
I have to interject here.
about what?
Unfortunately, my battery on my tablet
Oh,
is about to die,
uh-oh.
and that's how I'm having this conversation. So,
Okay.
I'm going to be forced to get off of here.
Oh, okay.
I will stay. Try to stay in touch.
Okay.
I just have to go in and get it on the charger, and if you're still going and it's charged enough, I'll get back on.
Okay.
If not, I want all the listeners to know thank you for listening and joining this live session and asking all your questions. I've enjoyed answering them. And if any of you think of any more questions you would like to ask, put them in the comment section below this video once it is uploaded to YouTube. Feel free to go back and watch the video uploaded earlier today, the part 2 of the message from the speaker in the light, and feel free to go back and watch the original video, a message from the speaker in the light. Now I have to apologize. In the one we recorded today, my voice wasn't very loud in that. So if you have to strain your ears to hear me, again, I apologize. That's my bad. That's on me. But if you have more personal questions that you don't want to put in the comment section and you want to ask me directly, I have an email address. Now, I'm sure that he will put this in the description box below, but I'll go ahead and say it now. It is simply the speaker 9485, all one word, the speaker 9485 at outlook.com. OUTLOOK. And I will try to check it regularly, and it may take some time, so if I don't reply right away, give me a minute. But I will try to go through and answer questions that I can. And for those of you that leave questions in the comment section, we may do another live chat soon, or we may indeed do another video that addresses those questions directly that we can send to you in some way and let you know about, so that you can get filled in on whatever information you're wanting to know. And also understand that not all questions, of course, can be answered. And
unfortunately,
we apologize for that. I know it's a bummer because there's questions that I have asked that I can't know the answer to right now. It's not that no one will know the answer. It's just that some information you just can't learn until you're ready. So
yes.
Keep that in mind. And with that being said, I'm going to get off here. And before I do, once again, thank you. And I send you all love and understanding.
All right, my friend.
All right, guys. Later.
Later. Okay.
All right.
So now we're down to one, the light. When she can tell you just as much as he can. So, but first, I just want to make sure I get caught up with everybody. I want to make sure I don't miss anybody. Let's see where we left off at. Okay, that one. You still here?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Okay, all right. Just making sure. All right. Let's see. It was that one. That one. Got that one. Okay. Now this one is from the missus. Let's see. I see shadow people and have since. Oh, this is one for you. Okay, and have since I was a kid. Are they demons? They bring. Is it these brings? I mean, these beings. I'm sorry. These beings are the blackest of black I have ever seen. They scare me, and now my 12-year-old is seeing them, and they are scaring her.
He doesn't really refer to them as demons. I think that's more of a term that's been sort of, coined by us humans. He refers to them as dark ones. And if they're scaring you, you don't want them. That you really don't have to have any kind of abilities to feel a dark entity. You will immediately know. It'll be like an eerie sort of feeling that you get something's not right. You may not know what it is. But if you make your intentions known, because it is all about intentions and free will, they cannot stay there. You can make them leave. Simply by saying, you are not welcome here. Go away, leave me alone. You can pray to Father and have him to help you. But yeah, you can get rid of them. They have a tendency to prey on innocence. So that's normally why they're drawn to children. They like that fear. It's what they feed off
of. Okay. All right, Mrs. Noital. Hope that answers your question. And I had a feeling that once we got back into this, there was a reason why she was here by herself. Because that was a perfect question for her to answer. Because we've talked about this many a time, and she knows a lot about them. Okay, now the next one is from No Phase. Is it? Excuse me, guys. He says, "Is it possible that dead people from your family visit you? When I was little, I always saw like shadows and felt that someone stood by me or passed me while I was walking to the kitchen or toilet."
Yes, it is possible for your family to visit you after they've passed. Just because their earthly vessel has, that's all they've done. They've left their earthly vessel, but they're still very much alive. Now, that may not have necessarily been someone in your family. That could just been a passing spirit or something that might have happened in the house. It can have an imprint on places. Sometimes people linger because they are confused. They don't know sometimes that they're dead, or they do know, and for some reason they don't want to move on. It could be for any number of reasons, but it's really not good for them to linger like that.
Yeah. I definitely agree with that. Okay, now this is from No Phase. Why were we as kids scared of the basement or our houses? I always felt like that someone stands behind it.
See, that's things that I experienced I still experience it. Mm-hmm. That's being aware of things that other people weren't aware of. Oh, yeah. And as a child, you haven't really been taught that can't happen. That is kind of ingrained into you as you get older. That's why most children lose that ability, because it's basically, beat into them basically that can't happen. There's nothing beyond this physical plane. So you might have been aware of a spirit or an entity or a passing energy. But again, that goes back to that programming.
Yeah. That programming is a whopper. It pretty much affects you with everything. Okay. This one is from No Face again. What kind of jobs do the light and the speaker have?
Well, do you mean like earthly jobs, like in everyday life, or do you mean like what we're doing now?
All right. And if you can elaborate, my friend, that's an old question. I'm just trying to catch up to everything. Yeah, what kind of jobs are you asking about? Earthly jobs or the job of who she truly is? And while we wait for that to come through, I'll go ahead on and get to another question. Okay. She was just laughing at that. Okay. This one's from my friend. Do these two individuals have a YouTube account, or can you post a link in the chat? And we covered that already. He's posted his email address on here on the live show, and I'll put it in the I'll put his email address in the video description box myself. But I would imagine you guys obviously do if you're on here. So if you got any information for him or everyone else, would you feel free to give that to them?
You could pretty much reach us by that email address or in the comments.
Right. Put the same exact one that he mentioned.
Yeah.
And I'll make sure that it gets posted in the video description box. And I'll post that video about the atmosphere being a lot bigger than we know. So that way everybody get everything they need. All right, moving on to the next one. Let me just see. First I just want to say hello to Sleepy Dave. I saw you earlier. I didn't mean to not say anything because we was in the middle of talking. So hello to you too, my friend. Good evening. Glad to see you here. Hope you enjoy what we're talking about. It gets pretty deep. All right. Okay. Oh yeah. Okay, we covered that. All right. Okay, Miss Noital. I want to make sure I leave that pronunciation out. I don't want to do that. Okay. Good question. She was just saying good question, Rebel. That was the craziest video, and I totally believe her. There you go. All right. I'm glad you do. Okay. I'm glad to hear that. I'm very glad to hear that. All right. Now catching up again to Winged Aeon. Let's see. Oh yeah. Okay. I thought the forestry service was connected to kidnappings and trafficking. Please tell her to be careful. I definitely will. And she knows to be careful. She's pretty well protected, actually. Trust me. Her guardian angel is with her at all times. I can guarantee you that. And she has others watching over her too, like nature spirits and everything. So she's, they have certain people that are connected with nature. And that's the reason why they're so drawn to the forests and all that stuff in the wilderness alone. But she has a special gift of healing plants and making them grow after they die. She actually brings them back to life. That is her special gift that was given to her by nature as well as the creator. That was her purpose, to be a healer of nature, basically. And she helps things grow as well, and there's more than one way to make things grow. There's the way of the creator, and there's the way of just planting trees and keeping them flourished and all that stuff. So yeah, she's very well protected. Yeah, I can promise you that. And like I said before, she's doing fine. I've been meaning to contact her myself. I sent her a couple of some information a while ago, but I haven't heard from her yet. But like I said, she's been real busy. Okie dokie. Let's see here. What's that? All right, that's a laugh from the missus. Okay, now this one's from my friend again. I live close to Brown Mountain. Oh, really? Oh, okay, in North Carolina. And let me tell you, this area is blowing up with activity. It's getting to the point where I am having a difficult time keeping things out of my house. Wow. Okay. That is very, very, very crazy. Oh man. Well, at least you can see that there's a lot of weird things going on in Brown Mountain, and obviously the span of it is stretching out in all directions to where it is actually affecting people in town, not just in the mountains. I haven't heard that part, but that's definitely news, to me. I never thought that would happen, but wow. That's crazy, my friend. All right, now this one is another question from him. Hit me up on Facebook. Michael Berg, Statesville, North Carolina. Oh, okay, I definitely will, my friend. I definitely will. And then say, hi, Miss. This is coming from Aaron Kapoor.
Yeah. When it comes to all the things that are going on, people noticing there's more activity and everything, it's because they know that balance returning is getting very close, and they're running out of time to be doing all of what they're doing.
Right.
So, they're trying to get as much done as possible.
Which that will never happen.
Oh no.
They can try, but it won't happen. Because either way.
Well, they know that when he returns and that balance is reestablished, that's it for them.
Oh yeah. And it's the beginning for us to have some peace. As long as we all understand how everything works, everything will be fine. Now, if you want to get into how the balance works, we can do that too. And I want to say once again, hello to Aaron Kapoor. Sorry I didn't get to you early, but I was just trying to catch up to everybody, trying to make sure everybody got their questions in, because we're talking with just the light now, since my friend had to get off, because he was using his tablet. He has to charge it. So if we're still on, by the time he gets back on, then that'll be cool. He can answer some more questions. If not, we can do more questions on live now that I know how I can do this. So I'm still very excited about this. So there's going to be a lot more. Okay. And we will talk more about what questions you need to ask and what you need to know. All right. Okay. Here we go. Sleepy Day. All right. The empire never ended. Okay. Can you elaborate, my friend, as far as what you mean by that? Or if you already know what he's talking about.
I'm not real sure.
Okay. Yeah. This is one of my viewers. We talk on Facebook all the time. I said, we will see. Okay. Is that pertaining to what Sleepy Dave said, or is it pertaining to what the light said? Okay, here we go. It's a Philip K. Dick reference from Valis. Okay. Oh, wait. Philip K. Isn't that the guy that was on here earlier that was saying all that crazy stuff? Because I think my number one viewer, she deleted one of his comments. I saw that earlier. Let me see. Basically, questioning reality. Questioning reality. Okay. So do you have a question about that? You see, it's to what Dave said. Oh, okay. Yeah, we will see if it ended. All right. Okay, I get it. Oh, he's dead. Okay, Philip K. Dick is dead. Okay. All right. Oh, I got like a warning thing saying, hide up, on show. So, okay. That's probably what I should have did earlier with that guy when he came on there. I didn't really know how to do it. Okay. Okay. Yeah. So, all right. Anybody else got any more questions? And what about you, Aaron Kapoor? I mean, if you're still here, I would love to get any questions from you. Like I said, I'm sorry I didn't get to you when I did. I'm just not seeing you. So, once again, like I said, I apologize. If you got a question, feel free to ask. If you're still on, that is, because I did lose a couple of people. He might have been one of them. I guess I wasn't talking. I didn't get his question, but he just said hi. We're down to 5 people now. Can't see. It's still early, so but we have been on here for almost 2 hours. Yeah, people might be running out of things to say since they got most of the questions answered. But yeah, so this is for everyone who is either on or not on now. Like I said, whatever questions that don't get answered tonight, we'll set up another live video soon because I'm having fun with this, and I see now that, like I said, now that I know how to do it, we can do more and we can answer all of your questions. Oh, okay, here we go. We got one for my friend here. I have a question for her. As far as blue orbs, I have noticed spirits using them, and I have noticed non-humans using them as in aliens. Do you think there is a connection between the two using the orbs?
Yeah, they're basically drawing energy, basically.
Okay. And I guess the orbs are the manifestation from the energy that's the form they take when they do that.
Well, orbs pass through here naturally all the time.
Right.
And that's one thing. I've always been able to see orbs.
Yeah.
As they're passing through.
Yeah. Speaking of passing through, I remember one time one actually passed right through me, and it's so. That's not a weird thing because you don't feel anything. You just see it pass, like say, because for me, it passed right between my eyes. And I saw it as it shot out and disappeared as it curled up. So I had my experience with them too. Okay, here we go. We got one from Wing Aeon. All right, what is your opinion on the cube or what's that? Merkaba. Yeah, Merkaba.
I'm really not familiar with what that is.
Yeah, can you elaborate what you mean by that, Wing Aeon? What can you at least tell us what you think it is as far as what you read about? Because she's kind of stumped on the cube and the Merkaba. So am I. I don't think I've ever heard of that. I know I haven't heard of that before.
Hold on 1 second.
All right.
Okay, he just sent me a message.
Okay.
And he said he can keep it on mute and rejoin and just unmute it when he needs to answer a question.
Okay, cool. Hey guys, we're gonna get the speaker back, but it's gonna have to be done in a different way. You know, he can only join us when there's a question. He'll unmute and then he'll answer the question. Okay, here we go. It's
I'm here.
Cool.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. To further ask what she was saying, she says it's sacred geometry. It's kind of like it kind of looks like the Jewish star, but it's before religion.
Oh yes. When it comes to ancient symbols and things like that, there is meaning behind it. As he said, the yin yang has a meaning behind it, but those meanings are often muddled or sort of changed over time, depending on our interpretation of them.
Okay.
So, yeah, he says that's something you need to pay attention to, but he's not elaborating on that.
Right. Okay. Now this I just want to reiterate with Sleepy Dave. I hope what was said answered your question. My friend Michael Bird, he pretty much answered it as well. So if you saw the answer, then that's what it was. So I hope that answers your question. If you got any more Sleepy Dave, feel free to jump in and throw another question in there. She can answer any question you need. And if Michael Bird needs to answer that, you can jump into. But he got another question as well. Orbs, or maybe a comment. We said orbs and sort of like ships or cars, they can be used as transportation and devices for the spirit or soul. Oh, okay. So that's basically answering the question a little further. And I've always thought about that because they always said that when they zoom in on the orb, you can actually see a face of your loved one in there, and they'll put a picture next to the that picture, and they see the actual face in there. Now that could be CGI, I don't know, but from what he was saying about that, that's why it made me think of that. So that may not be true. I don't know, but would that be true?
So do what now?
Would that be true? Yeah. Well, I mean, as far as how they see the pictures, like the images of people's loved ones inside the orbs, that they zoom in on it. Is that like when because he said like it can be used as a means of travel for spirits, and so I was thinking about seeing how they would blow up the photo of the orb, and you could see the actual image of their family member's face in it, and they would confirm it by showing a photo of the family member, next to the picture of the orb. So that's why I was just asking. Oh, the message was retracted. Let me see. Okay. So you answered that. Okay, let me see orbs. And he retracted a message. He retracted a message he sent. I guess he wanted to retype it. Okay, now this is from the Wing Aeon again. Do creatures like vampires and werewolves exist? Oh, here we go. Now we're getting to the good ones, to the good questions.
Yes. The answer is yes, they do.
Yes, they do.
Yes, they do.
And I have seen both.
There you go. Yeah.
Now, as far as them being what legend and mythology talks about, there are some similarities, but that's not all true.
Right. A lot of fabrication out there.
Yeah. Well, I think some of those stories come from them.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
It was their own way of protecting themselves.
Exactly. The best way to protect them is to put lies about your own people out there. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, I forgot.
Well, when you have to stay hidden,
Yeah.
Because let's be honest, humans do not react well to things that they don't understand. They see something new, they don't know what it is, and their immediate thought is attack it or kill it or something of that nature.
Yeah.
So I completely understand why they feel the need to stay hidden.
Right.
And, this is, unfortunately, they had to do so. And it's because of, it goes back to the separation that happened when the Guardians had to leave. And then the darkness was left here to do its influence. It, that fear that set in grew rapidly. And people started fearing what they don't understand, much like today.
Yeah, and I think it also had to do with they weren't human either, and they had already kind of seen what could happen if a non-human got out of control.
Right, and just keep in mind, that they stay hidden for a reason, and it's not that they don't want to interact with us, but I think that they mostly want to interact with us on a positive level.
Oh, yeah. Most chances are you have interacted with one of them at some point in your life and just never knew it.
Right.
All right. Oops. Oh, gotta fix that.